Hello, this is Glenn MacArthur, and welcome to another edition of AbsoluteTruth.com. Today we will be talking about Donald Trump and the problems with the political situation as we now see it. The problem here is that we have two parties that are totally out of control. One thinks that it can rule the world, and another one thinks that all we want to do is rule America. They are loggerheads now, and they think that this person, Donald Trump, is a problem. The problem here is between their ears. They can't seem to grasp of what they're doing to this country. I myself vote. I myself vote Republican or independent when it suits me. But the problem here is that the Democrats appear that they think that they can rule the world, that they can do anything they like, and they can go ahead and use their offices to do what they want. And this is wrong. You're answerable to people like me. And you don't like that. It really, really, really bugs you to know that people like me are tired of you trying to use my money to pass garbage and your own opinion on other countries, and that only leads us back to war. Now, the reason why people voted for Donald Trump, which may or may not be evident to you, liberals, is this. We voted for him because he's a businessman, nothing else. We don't care that he's married 3 times. We don't care that he's had 3 kids. We don't care that he thinks lowly of women, or that he used to think lowly of women. We don't care. What we care about more than anything, is the fact that this guy has made money. Lots and lots of money. A hell of a lot more money than the whole Democratic Party put together 10 times over. Now, you want to know another reason why he got in? Because you have a problem with enemy identification. You don't know who is the threat to this country. Well, let me clue you in. Its name is Davros. We came this close to becoming the next Crete or Greece. That close. And there's a damn good chance we still may end up as Crete or Greece. And there is a problem coming, because Davros is not willing to settle for just Donald Trump trying to repair the mess we've created, but because they are a very impatient bunch of buttheads. They're the ones that call the economic shots in this world. They're the ones who created BRICS and told us, hey, you will put the money in the IMF, you will push it forward. They're the ones that took down our credit rating because Barack Obama decided to wipe out the automotive industry and the housing industry. It was because of you damn Democrats, Dodd, Frankel, and Rangel, Dodd-Frank and Rangel, who created the housing mess in the first place. My God, didn't you hear the tape? Didn't you hear what Greenspan was saying when they all got together and had lunch? They wanted to know how they can make it worse. We didn't put those people in that position so you would destroy America. We put them in that position to observe and make rules for America. But instead, they went on a destruction situation. They crippled the banking system and damn near put us in the poorhouse. But then you guys went and covered it all up and blamed the banks and blamed all that fat rat cats and all this stuff pulling that shit. They were the ones who were asleep at the wheel because you told them to take sleeping pills when the train was going off the trestle. So don't sit here and lie to me. And now, this is the way it works. We're not going to put up with Davros. We're not going to listen to Davros. We are the reserve currency for the world. Even though Donald Trump says we may have to go to that, even though they're pushing Bitcoin to become the next currency, we're not going to let that happen. We're going to hold on to our own right here. We're going to make it. And you want to know why? Because we're Americans. You liberals spent way too much time trying to give condoms and abortions to Mexicans, and now they're trying to come across the border again. They've done it, 3 or 4 times? You let them across the border, you let them stay here, and then you don't do a damn thing about it, and then you bitch because somebody tries to clean up your mess? Well, let me put it to you this way. You should be made to pay for that freaking mess. I'm tired of paying for some kid's college career when I can't even afford my own. And I'm sick to death of listening to that there's a problem that we can't figure with MS-13. I'm tired of the gangs. I'm tired of the dope. I'm tired of the drunken Mexicans who come across here taking penny ante jobs and then kill a bunch of people with trucks and whatever. I'm tired of felons going up like the one that went up to San Francisco and taking pot shots from a gun he should have known better not to pick up. And I'm tired, I'm really tired of sanctuary cities. Really? No. It's time for California to pay up. And believe you me, they need to pay up. You know, you're saying that Donald Trump shouldn't pay for the wall, that we should just let him come across. You know that bullet train that they were going to build in California? Guess where the money for the first 3 states where that wall is going through is going to come from? Da-da! Ha-ha! Yeah! So just think about them apples. And the fact that he's using the military to build it, I got a little news for you. You remember the Green Wall built in, where was that? Kabul, or was it? It was in Baghdad. Remember that? And they were shooting at our guys. Well, let me tell you something. We got military. They can build walls. Another thing you need to think about is this. 2/3 of that wall goes into federal reservations. And that means that we have a right. They have a right. The bases have a right to self-protection because they are guarding against theft, just like in the days of Pancho Villa, from them coming across and grabbing weapons. So there you go. We have a right. Don't say we don't, because we do. And if we want to use our people to build past Miramar, El Toro, Huaychuca, China Lake, and out there all the way to Fort Bliss, by God, go for it. And just remember this, airheads, we are not going to write rules for the world. And if you think that we should, just think about this. I'll agree with you the second that a green girl with a tail and 3 boobies shows up knocking at the door in Matamoros, Mexico. I guarantee you, I'll jump on that bandwagon. But don't expect me to jump on the bandwagon when you got kids coming across, going to school on my dime, going to being paid allowances and health care and all the other care that I should be getting as an American. And don't tell me about some idiot in New York City who turns around and says, "Ooh, my God, I want we should be more socialistic." I don't care if your name is Heinrich Himmler. There's no way in hell we're going to have socialism in this country. We all see Venezuela. We all see Guatemala. We all see Nicaragua. We don't need that here. They're coming here. So where are we going to go? Alaska? No, I think Miss Cortez needs to go back to school, and she needs she needs to take some Prozac because her 5 gallons of water is way out of control, guaranteed. 5.5 gallons of hormonal water is way out of control. Now, um, anyway, this emergency on the border with Donald Trump. Hello, I hate to tell you this. I wouldn't have done an emergency. I would have circumvented the whole frickin' system. I would have definitely had turned around and ordered martial law on the border. It would have been that simple. You come across the border, we put you on a bus, take you to Matamoros. No hearings. Goodbye. See you later. Come in the front door next time, butthead. That's what I would have done. And it would have been a lot simpler. We do not need to put a wall from El Paso all the way down to Matamoros. We don't need that. What we need are alligators. Nobody's coming across that border if there are alligators there. You take a look out in Louisiana. We got a guy out there who's killing big ones because people are afraid they're going to go after their kids or their neighbors or whatever. I'm just saying, yeah, put them down there. Put a little alligators in the moat. Let's see how many of them want to cross the border with their drugs, their attitude, or their kids or whatever. Let's see then how they treat a border. That's the way to do it. But when it comes northern part, put a wall in. Works for me. But as I said, southern part, alligators. If the farmers will put up a better fence then, the ones that have ranches, the ones that have real reasons to keep the cows safe, yeah, they won't put in a barbed wire fence. They'll put in a regular good old fashioned fence, keep the alligators out, because the alligators will be hungry. Yeah, and that'll end that problem with the Sinaloa cartel jump across the border with idiots and their kids in a heartbeat. So, having said that, let me just say that number one, I am an independent, and if you guys ever come up with somebody like that, that independent guy who was governor, I mean, who was senator of who was senator of Connecticut, I thought he was a really good one, and I also like that guy Ross Ross Perot. He made sense. Problem of it is, no one wanted to hear sense. They wanted lawyers. They wanted people that would make them feel good. But dollars and cents are important, and we must start respecting them. We must start respecting ideas for what they are, and we need to start getting profit from them. We need to cut back on all this happy crap, and we need to build. And let me tell you something. Kudos to Trump's daddy. That was a good idea of keeping Tesla's stuff here in this country. Kudos. And another thing, thank you very much for keeping the planet killer. I mean, the death ray, forget that. The planet killer, that's a damn good idea. And let me tell you something, we may need it. We got asteroids, we got comets, and we can stop it with this planet killer. Another thing, we can also stop the, aggression here on the planet Earth. They want to have their holy rollers like in Iran. Let me tell you something. We'll introduce you to God directly. And not with the nuclear bomb. Oh, no, no, no. This planet killer has no radiation, but it will turn your whole country into quicksand. I don't think you want to go there. So keep that in mind. This is Glenn MacArthur, Real Truth. Goodbye.